Thank you very much, Speaker. My name is Sishelodze, a Member of Parliament deployed by the Economic Freedom Fighters. We have all seen the news of people who tried to cheat this process. They even admitted to illegally benefiting monies from municipalities. They admitted to falsification of their certificates and degrees. The people of South Africa and the youth must thank the EFF for exposing the rot in the NYDA. If it was not for the EFF, the NYDA board interviews were not going to be robust, they were not going to be fair, and they were not going to be transparent. The reality is that if the people of South Africa did not even know that these interviews were taking place until the participation of the EFF. Even when some unintelligent and unsophisticated MPs of the ANC tried to protect corruption, we defeated them and we removed the rotten potatoes from the shortlisting process. But we must be clear to the people of South Africa, this process was more than just about exposing corruption. This process is about the youth of South Africa, the unemployed hustlers and survivors, the youth that roams our streets with graduation gowns, the unemployed doctors, the bottle girls, the youth drowning in drugs, alcohol and depression. Many of them have stopped looking for jobs. They have stopped being creative and innovative because their creativity is ignored and their innovation is stolen by the same entity that is supposed to fund them. These are young people, not just statistics. They are human beings full of hope, full of dreams, and full of potential. It is a lie that they are lazy. Majority of them work very hard. They study very hard, and they have the necessary skills and competence. But you ignore them because they are not politically connected. They don't call you leadership. They don't wake up in the morning to defend your shenanigans. They don't carry your water. They don't fetch your ice. They don't sleep with you for employment and positions in government entities. Now we're going to give the new board members very clear and simple advice. Number one, it must remove all offices of the NYDA in inaccessible suburbs and take it to the township and the rural areas. Two, they must streamline NYDA processes, reduce the bureaucracy and make it easy for young people to access funding. Three, they must strengthen partnership with other government departments and non-government organizations to increase internship, job and entrepreneurial opportunities. Four, they must enhance the transparency and accountability by regularly publishing impact reports because no one knows what the NYDA does in South Africa. Five, they must review all salaries because at some point the NYDA was paying more than 50% of its budget on salaries. That is irresponsible and financially unsustainable. We hope that we've made it clear to you that no matter how powerful you think you are, the EFF will hold you accountable. The NYDA does not belong to the ANC. The NYDA does not belong to the ANC Youth League. It belongs to all the young people of South Africa. The days of impunity are over. The days of corruption are over. The days of eating alone while young people die from hunger are over. We have kicked the table and we are going to continue to kick it as long as we sit alone in the dinner table. The NYDA belongs to all South Africans, not the cronies of the ANC. Thank you.
Action essay.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Action SA welcomes the nomination to fill vacancies on the National Youth Development Agency Board. And while we acknowledge the urgency of having a functional board, we must do so with caution. It is imperative that the selection process is refined to eliminate political interference and ensure that the board operates independently and in the best interests of young people in South Africa. To improve the agency's performance, measurable and transparent targets must be established to clarify the exact mandate of board members, enabling effective performance management. And further to this, there must be strict consequence management and robust oversight to prevent past failures and ensure the agency operates efficiently and with some sort of accountability. As Action SA, we remain concerned about the NYDA's effectiveness and its ability to meet its objectives. As such, we urge the incoming board members to restore the NYDA's credibility by delivering tangible results, achieving its mandate, and proving that it is more than just a political tool. To achieve this, the board must play a proactive role in integrating young people into the economy. by addressing poverty, combating crime, and promoting social cohesion. This requires a stronger focus on skills development, entrepreneurship support, and the National Youth Service Program. These initiatives must not be limited to urban areas, but it must be expanded to the most rural and underserved communities, something that has been sorely lacking within this agency, and it must change. South Africa's youth deserve a functional and effective agency, and we as Action SA will hold this board accountable and ensure that this happens. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Not present. ANC.
Adibongwe. Bongwani.
Go. Thank you so much, Chairperson and honorable members and fellow South Africans for the opportunity. One would like to appreciate, as the African National Congress, the commitment that was given by young people of this country. For those young people who rose and chose this opportunity and took this baton to say they were going to lead economic and social development of young people, pushing forward the agenda of excellence, development, inclusion, and integration of young people across South Africa. As the African National Congress, we have diligently promoted youth development and integration. We have always integrated the economic and social access for young people. As the African National Congress, we also highlight and recognize some of the deficiencies that still persist in society, and hence why we emphasize the importance of the NYDA. We also would like to appreciate the candidates who stepped forward, those who were shortlisted, and those who put themselves through the rigorous process of interviews, also being put on the public platform for scrutiny. We appreciate their resilience and them opening themselves with their skills, with diligence and commitment to pushing forward youth development. As the African National Congress, we firmly believe that youth development should be at the core of our agenda as a country, and this is enshrined in the NDP. In the NDP, we seek to ensure economic and social emancipation for young people, understanding that they are the drivers of our future. They must be the defenders of our democracy. Since the establishment of the NYDA, we have seen significant progress, not at the rate in which we wish to have seen it at, but yet we have seen opportunities being granted through grant and service opportunities. We have seen skills development training. Additionally, through the last administration and the last board that is now stepping out, we have additionally seen collaborative effort with government institutions and the private sector. The agenda of young people cannot be achieved only by this institution, which plays a very pivotal role in society. It can only be achieved through collaborative effort with the private and the public sector. And that's why, as the African National Congress, we call upon all institutions, both government and the private sector, to play their collective role and responsibility in driving the youth development agenda. The NYDA has additionally contributed towards youth policy and legislation that seeks to ensure the developmental progress of young people in this country, pushing forward policies and legislation that seek to drive the narrative and promote the rights of young people across the continent and across the world, creating opportunities of exposure, opportunities of academic excellence, opportunities of entrepreneurship and skills development training. Now, the board that is coming in has a heavy task ahead of it, and it will not be the first or the last board to have a responsibility of this nature. Now, we must understand that unemployment is not only the responsibility of the NYDA. Unemployment cannot be put on the shoulders of NYDA. Unemployment lies upon each and every single sector in society, both roles coming from the private and government. We must understand that the NYDA needs to be reinforced and capacitated with the necessary resources and the teeth for it to ensure that there is accountability. We also would like to congratulate the candidates that have been recommended. These candidates are vibrant, they have skills, they have resilient. Not only that, the demographic groups that are represented here shows that we are heading in the right direction. As the African National Congress, we firmly believe in promoting diversity and inclusion and leaving no one behind. There shall be no young person who's left behind. The NYDA's responsibility is to ensure its services and products reach young people in remote rural areas. There should not be a young South African who is unaware of the operation, the work, and the services provided by the NYDA. And therefore, this responsibility will be upon the incoming board, and we wish them all the best. Additionally, I would like to speak to Honorable Lonzi, who has made it a point in this House and during the proceeding of the Portfolio Committee
Order. To politicize the process. Honorable we must understand that this honorable member at the podium of young people. We cannot. Honorable members, order. Honorable Chauke. Honorable Chauke, there is a point of order. Favor at the expense of young people. Honorable Chauke. For young people. Honorable Chauke, please take your seat. For the emancipation empowerment of young people. Please take your seat, honorable member. There is a point of order. I first had one from the EFF. Yes, honorable member, what is your point of order? Honorable, yes, yes, I hear you. What is your point of order?
Deputy Speaker, the member on the podium can't debate the individual member in the name of President Sihlelozi. He must debate the report. She's not going to finish her speech. We are going to put the President here.
Honorable member, that is not a point of order. We are busy with declarations and debate. Honorable Skosana, what is your point of order?
Yeah, don't tell us what to debate.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. I'm rising in terms of Rule 69. Grossly disorderly conduct. What honorable members of the EFF are doing is grossly disorderly conduct, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Skosana, that is for the presiding officer to determine. We will now proceed. Honorable Chauke, you have 50 seconds left. Please proceed.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. And I do understand why the EFF members are aggravated. Honorable Lonzi, that stage resources are adequately allocated to young people who are deserving.
Okay, please take your seat.
Who are unable to pay back the loan.
There's point of order.
To finish his qualification and dropped out, leaving deserving people. Yeah.
Deputy Speaker. Honorable Lakudi, you've had your hand raised. No. Yes, honorable member. Yes, Deputy Minister.
Thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. Arise.
Order, honorable members.
Order.
Honorable members, honorable Deputy Minister, before you proceed, you expect other members to listen when you have a point of order, but you don't afford them the same courtesy. Please remain orderly, Honorable Deputy Minister.
Thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. I rise on a point of order in that the member is being howled. There's a lot of howling and it's drowning the member. That is against the rules. That's one. Secondly, it is so unfortunate that women on the other side of EFF are shouting and howling at a young woman on the podium that is supposed to make a point. And I think they're out of order. It's shameful.
That is not a point of order, but the behavior is unacceptable. Honorable members, you want other people to listen to you, but you are not prepared to do the same. We will now proceed. Honourable Chauke, please conclude your declaration.
Thank you very much. I emphasize that Honourable
My
Londi must go
apologies.
and pay back the NSFAS.
Honourable
fee that-
Chauke, please take your chair. There is another point of order. The Honourable Mente.
Yes, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, we can't have a member
Order, Speaker, order.
that I'm saying that
Speaker, order.
honorable members without addressing you. Anyone who's speaking to the House, they speak to you. But also, you can take a point of debate and make it personal. Once you start attacking an individual and call an individual by name, you are inviting honorable member. Honorable member, that must not a point of order. I am warning you. I'm switching with your microphone.
Honourable members, we will now proceed and finalise this debate. I'm not taking any more points of order. It is on the exact same issue. I have ruled, Honourable Tlangwini, I have ruled that the Honourable Speaker at the podium will now conclude. And there will no be further frivolous points of order. Honourable Chauke, please
She
conclude.
has 2 minutes to conclude.
Thank you. And I had wished that young people, we should not utilize platforms of this nature to come and berate each other, but I will withdraw, Honorable Lonzi, and respect you. Young people of South Africa, do not let cheap politics undermine you. Do not let them discourage you from putting yourself forward in leading youth development.
Honourable members.
It is your responsibility as young people to ensure that we are driving this country in the right direction. Now we have all the policies to guide us, and through your advocacy in the NYDA, a responsibility will be given upon you. And as members of the Portfolio Committee, we will work and walk side by side with you.
Honourable Chauke, you have 2 seconds left. Honourable Mente, there is a point of order.
Deputy Speaker, we can't allow a situation where people are giving conditional withdrawals. A person must withdraw out of order.
Honourable
We
Mente,
can't allow a conditional withdrawal.
I'm now
We are not
dealing
withdrawing.
Honourable members, I am now dealing with this matter.
Christmas of withdrawal. We'll never withdraw again.
Honourable members, I did not instruct the Honourable Chauke to withdraw. She did that out of her own volition, and then she can put conditions. We will now proceed. Honourable Chauke, you have exactly 1
So we
second.
must be insulted. They are going to withdraw. Deputy Speaker,
As the African National Congress,
Speaker, please recognize
As
me.
the African National Congress, we hereby support the report and the recommendation of these candidates.
Honourable Chauke.
Fire.
Honourable Tlangwini, what is your point of order?
And what are you afraid of?
Honourable Tlangwini, what is your point of order? I am recognizing you.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I can't believe that all of that fight was for Swelo that didn't even qualify and never had qualification.
Deputy Speaker.
That is a shame.
Microphone. Honourable members, we will now proceed with the rest of the proceedings. We have now had all the declarations. The question before the House is that the following list of candidates be recommended for appointment by the President to serve as board members in the National Youth Development Agency NYDA board.
Deputy Speaker.
Honourable members, I am not taking points of order now. This is
But
now
you have not
becoming...
been seeing us, Deputy Speaker.
Honourable member, this is now becoming embarrassing for the young people of this country. That Parliament is behaving in such a
Deputy
manner.
Speaker, what must be condemned is the wild animal behavior we are experiencing from this.
Honourable member, that is out of order. Please withdraw that. That is absolutely out of order. I'm not taking any further points of order. Deputy Minister, I'm not taking points of order. We will now proceed to honour this whole process, and I must say that it is shameful that Parliament is behaving in this way when young people are watching us. This is an embarrassment, but we will proceed. Now, Honourable Deputy Minister, I'm not taking a further point of order on this. I will restart. The question before the House is that the following list of candidates be recommended for appointment by the President to serve as board members of the National Youth Development Agency, the NYDA board, for a period of 3 years. Ms. Kelly Sandra Beloy, Ms. Tembisile Precious Mahua, Dr. Wiseman Mfaniseni Mbata, Mr. Bongo Sepeshishle Makanya, Mr. Sibusiso Makatini, Mr. Irfan Mangera, Dr. Sunshine Minenshle Miyende, Ms. Busisiwe Nandipa Ngumalu, and Mr. Kabisu Nicholas Hinyati. Are there any objections? No objections? Agreed to. And the list of candidates will now be forwarded to the President for consideration. Order. Members, I request you to stand and wait for the presiding officer and the mace to leave the chamber. That concludes the business of the day, and the House is adjourned.
Zwelo has fallen. Zwelo, youth league treasure has fallen.